loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading for you guys. This one is specifically going to be about how they feel about you, and this is intended to be like your love life or romantic interests and stuff like that, to find out how they feel about you. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, then we have pile 2, 3, and 4. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn to. Then once you're done picking your pile, you can scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, so you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading. If you guys like to choose with crystals, I'll be popping some crystals on there right now. Alright, so if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some aqua aura quartz, over here we have some tanzanite aura quartz, this over here is angel aura quartz, and then this is an amethyst point. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn to, and then once you're done choosing your pile, again you can scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, so you can then skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about how they feel about you. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. All right, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about how they feel about you. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 1, this is what we have for you guys. So we start off with the Page of Wands being reversed, then we have the Star upright, then we have the Chariot upright, and then we end off with the 3 of Swords being reversed for our tarot portion. So getting into what all of this signifies and means, when we start off with the Page of Wands being reversed over here, I immediately get the feeling that off the bat, they might not have looked at you in a romantic way. They might still not look at you in a romantic way. That has possibly changed depending on your personal situation. Again, this is a general reading, but right off the bat, for all of you guys, I do feel like there was a possible lack of attraction, or maybe you just weren't their type physically speaking, because the wands do signify like our passion, our romance, the physical spark attraction, like the sexual passion, things like that. So I feel like there was a bit of a lack in that department, or they just didn't look at you in that way at first. Maybe they weren't noticing you at first, something along the lines of that. But then we do have the Star being next. And so either after they've gotten to know you, or as some time has progressed and passed, they do see you as somebody who has a lot of potential, and they see you as someone that maybe even is out of their league. And they might be looking at you, and maybe the reason why they just never really thought much is because they could also view you as above them. This could also mean that there might be an age difference as well. I'm just picking up that there could be a possible age difference, and that's why they just don't look at you in that sort of way. So that's definitely a possibility. Definitely keep that in mind. But when I do see the Star, I do see that they see you pretty high up, and they have a lot of respect for you. And they possibly don't even want to cross that boundary, just because they do respect you, and they don't really see maybe a lot of sexual attraction or physical attraction, things like that. But we do then have the Chariot, and so I do feel like their eyes are still on the lookout for someone or something. If you guys are asking about a person that you're already dating or you're already with, I do see that this person like has a change of perspective from the initial meeting. But if you guys still have not like gotten with this person, that kind of jazz, I do feel like they see you as high up, and they have a lot of respect for you, but I don't see a major like attraction here for whatever reason. It's not to say that you guys are not attractive, because there is a sense that they just have a lot of respect for you, and they think very highly of you. But somehow it's like the attraction portion, maybe you're just not their usual type, and so they just didn't look at you in that way. Ending off with the 3 of Swords being reversed, I do also feel like they find you as a healing person, a comfortable person to be around. When the 3 of Swords is reversed, I do also feel like they are currently getting over something in their past, and so they also might not have looked at you in a romantic way, just because of the fact that maybe you've met them during a time in their life when they're specifically healing from something, and therefore they're just not looking for anything in the moment, and they're looking more towards like still healing, still getting over a couple of things from their past as well. So I'm definitely picking that up. Let's add some more cards in here to find out some more information though for you guys. So we have new love, we have retreat, and then we have healing family issues. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about healing prior, and I do just want to point out that this healing definitely could mean that they are going through some family stuff right now, and maybe that's why they don't really have a lot of romantic interests, things like that. This retreat, I do feel like they have their heart definitely closed off. So I feel like they're really wanting space right now. They're really wanting their own time. And so that could be also why they're not really looking at you in a romantic way at the moment, is because they're just feeling like they want some space and they want some time alone. And they're just really not looking for something right now. If you guys are already with this person, I'd say that they're just going through a time right now where they feel like they need a lot of alone time. New love over here. I do feel like there's a potential for them to be attracted to you, but I feel like they still need to go through a lot personally, and so they see you in a way where it's like, yeah, it could be, but I don't feel like you're immediately their type. I do feel like when they see you, I don't feel like they thought romantic things right off the bat when they first met you or when they first saw you. Though they do see a potential of that just because they highly respect you and they see you as a very high up person who's very like mature, somebody that they really respect and look up to. And so I do feel like there's a possibility here for love, but at the same time, I just feel like they're going through a lot right now where their mind just isn't in a love space right now. The next two cards that we have here is potential and adaptability. So the fact that we even have potential coming up over here, I do want to point out, as I was saying with the new love over here, this correlates perfectly. So of course there's a bit of potential here. There's a potential that love can blossom, even if you are in a relationship. I guess this is just saying that, yeah, it's already confirmed, you're already good. But if this is somebody that, you know, you're interested in, but nothing's really happened yet, I do feel like there is a potential, but again, it's more of their ability to adapt to the newness that you bring, because I feel like you're somebody very different than their usual type or the people that they've usually dated. So it would take some adaptability. It would take some change on their part. And they do see you as somebody who would be able to change them on a very deep level as well. So I do feel like they're interested in you because of those reasons. But again, I do also feel like there might be something that's also holding them back with family as well. I'm kind of picking up from the family issues and retreat over here that they almost feel like maybe their family wouldn't approve of you because maybe their family has certain expectations for them with their love life. And so they're almost feeling like if they did date you, it would have to be almost like a Romeo Juliet type of situation. This retreat card is making me feel that, along with the family issues card and as well as the adaptability. So I do feel like there's potential, but right off the bat, I feel like they kind of give you the cold shoulder because they already know that you're not somebody that might fit into what their family expects of them or something like that. So that could also be a thing as well, just pointing that out. And our last two cards that we have over here is Message in a Bottle and Building Blocks. So I do feel like they do want to talk more with you since we have Message in a Bottle, so I would definitely consider reaching out to them if I were you. The message in the bottle is, of course, like chatting, communication. I do feel like they want to get to know you better and chat with you, that kind of stuff. So it's more of a friend level right now, or maybe just asking them how they feel. If you are in a relationship already with this person that you're inquiring about, I would say talk to them, also let them have their alone time, but communicate with them, get their feelings out. I feel like they have a lot of feelings that they possibly want to let out. And with the building blocks over here, I feel like this needs more building. I feel like they want to get to know you better. If this is somebody that you are just interested in but nothing's happened yet. Building blocks, they are interested in seeing where it goes. They don't have a lot of expectations for it yet, but they are curious. They're curious to see how it would all come together and what it would look like. But they don't want to feel the pressure of that, because I feel like they already feel a lot of pressure in certain areas of their life already, but they're curious where it would go and how it would build and what it would look like with you. So there is a curiosity here, I do want to mention. And if you guys are in a relationship with this person already, the building blocks is just possibly rebuilding something that feels like it's a bit broken at the moment, or just building a stronger foundation together. But allowing time for healing and time for aloneness and communicating a little bit more. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about how they feel about you. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 2, this is what we have for you guys. We start off with the 4 of Wands over here. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles, then we have the King of Pentacles, and then we end off with Judgment reversed over here. So let's get into what all of this means. So starting off with the 4 of Wands and having the 4 of Pentacles, there's a lot of 4 energy here. So this talks about home life. This talks about building a steady foundation. I think this person sees you as someone they could possibly build a very strong, steady foundation with. They see you as somebody that would be more of the settling down type. And so they don't look at you like, ooh, they're just another fun, quick, da-da-da-da-da. They actually see you as somebody who has the potential that they feel they would want to settle down with. And you have that sort of energy. So that can be a very, very good thing if that's something that you guys are interested in. 4 of Wands signifies home life. This signifies celebrations. I do feel like they see you as somebody that they're able to have fun with, but it's a stable fun. It's not like a hectic, crazy, up in the air where we're 21 years old and we're having the time of our lives partying and getting into reckless things. They don't see you like that. They see you as like down to earth, stable, and again, like I said, somebody that has the potential that they could spend like their life with and like actually settle down with. The 4 of Pentacles over here, I do feel like they see you as somebody that they hold very dear to their heart and they don't want to lose you. And so I do feel like there's a little bit of a fear-based thing over here because 4 of Pentacles usually signifies there's a fear of losing it. There's a fear that you might destroy it. And so there could also be a slight clinginess from them as well because of the 4 of Pentacles. This can signify that we're holding on really tightly to something that we hold dear to us. And so they see you as somebody that, again, they don't want to lose. They hold very dear to their heart. And I do feel like there's a little bit of underlying fear in there because they're somehow scared of losing you. Then we have the King of Pentacles over here. This signifies that they see you as somebody who's very strong, has the right mindset, has strong values, has strong belief systems, and they really respect that. And I think because of that, it causes them a little bit of intimidation when we have the 4 of Pentacles over here, and I feel like that's why they have this sort of fear about losing you, because they almost see you as too good for them, or somebody who's accomplished more, somebody who's more successful than they are. And so I'm getting a vibe that they see you as that, and they don't really want to let that go. And I feel like the fear creeps up on them once in a while about possibly losing you or ruining it somehow. And they might be insecure about wondering how you feel about them. So interesting stuff here, but they do see you as somebody who's very high up, who's very accomplished, who's very well-rounded, and just a very strong individual in general. The Judgment being reversed over here is, again, I feel like they're worried about how you think of them. I feel like they're the ones that are insecure here. You might also feel that way about them as well, but they definitely feel insecure around you. I feel like you bring out their insecurities, essentially, with their love lives, and they feel a little bit more insignificant compared to you, but I feel like that's also why they want something long-term with you, is because they're like, they really look up to you, they really respect you. So there's just a lot of that. I feel like, again, they kind of hold you up in this light, and they kind of praise you, and they feel your worth, and they really see it. And that's what I feel like makes them a little bit insecure, because they don't feel like they quite step up to the plate compared to you. At least that's how they feel on the inside. They might in reality, but they definitely feel insecure about it. The next 3 cards that we have for this group is Express Your Love, Keep an Open Mind, and Very Soon. All right. So I feel like they are trying to keep an open mind in the sense that they don't want to put a ton of expectations on you because they are a little bit insecure about how you feel. And so keep an open mind here is them, they just don't want to lose you. And so they're trying to keep an open mind, like, okay, whichever way this goes, I just don't want to lose them. I'm keeping an open mind to however this progresses, wherever this goes, da-da-da-da-da. Express your love over here. I do feel like they are going to express a deeper love for you very soon, if not they already have, and they have a lot more to express under there. I feel like they might even only let off a little bit because I feel like they're worried about your judgments. They might be worried about what you think or what you're going to say if they express their full truth, but I do feel like they are going to make bigger moves soon and express deeper feelings quite soon, very soon, in fact. That's why we have the very soon card. I do feel like they're going to try to take a step forward very soon. If not, maybe they already have by the time you guys are watching this. The next two cards that we have over here is forgiveness and truth. So when we have these two cards over here, it makes me wonder if there was something that had happened between you two, maybe a lack of trust here, or something in the past that might have required some deep talks and some forgiveness. And I feel like it's making them a little bit insecure in the moment because they don't know maybe how you fully feel. There's some deep love that they do feel, but maybe there's been some mistakes in the past, things like that. So how they look at you, I feel like they want forgiveness on their part for certain behaviors or certain actions, possibly. Or they just look at you with those very sincere eyes, and they see you in a very sincere way, somebody who's very gentle, somebody who's very open, somebody who's very easy to talk with, although you still make them nervous. And so it's almost like they don't really have a super easy time expressing their deep feelings. But when they feel like they need to talk about something, I do feel like they feel closer to you than they feel it with anyone. And they love the fact that they can be their authentic self around you, although I will say again, they do have nerves still. They do feel comfortable expressing truth because they feel like you're very good at taking things that they have to say. You're very good at receiving that. But again, I do feel like when it comes to their deepest feelings of love, I feel like they're a bit shy to express that. The last two cards that we have over here is peace and not for you. All right, so with the not for you card, I'm almost getting a feeling that they look so highly up to you that they almost feel, I'm gonna raise these cards up a little bit because I feel like it's hard to see on the camera. So the not for you card, I'm feeling like they almost see you as too much. You're higher than them, and they almost feel like, oh, this couldn't actually be for me. Like, they still have these doubtful feelings, like, is this really mine, or can I actually really get this? I feel like they're not for me because they deserve something better than me, that kind of stuff. But then they also, I feel like they feel that beautiful sereneness from you, kind of like what I was saying before when we have the peace card. Like, they see you in such a way where they feel like you're such a peaceful, easygoing person, and they love that about you. I think that's what they love so much about you. But again, I feel like, also I'm getting from this that they really like how you're very honest and open. When we have not for you and truth, I feel like you're somebody who can easily speak their mind, and they really respect that out of you. And they see it as something that they really, it's one of the best qualities that you have in their eyes. And also your peaceful nature, how you can talk about some harder subjects, and the way you keep your composure is very attractive to them. So that is what I am seeing for you, pile number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. All right, so pile number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about how they feel about you. So let's hop right into it. All right, so pile number 3, this is what we have for you guys. So we start off with Temperance reversed, then we have the Queen of Wands being reversed, then we have the Hermit upright, and then we have King of Cups being reversed. And so the first things that I'm picking up here, when we have Temperance reversed, this is an imbalance. And so when there's an imbalance, I feel like they, or the relationship in general, the whatever this is, I feel like there's one person who is more attracted than the other. I feel like there's one person who likes the other person more than the other person likes them back. There's definitely an imbalance here with this relationship in terms of interest, love interest, romantic interest, that kind of stuff. Queen of Wands being reversed also signifies the same thing, where it's kind of like there's an imbalance of passion here. There's an imbalance of attractiveness, like attractedness to the other person. So somehow I feel like you guys don't see each other in the same way. Or at least there's an imbalance. I feel like one person might be overly attached to the other than the other one is. One person just might see you as a friend or something like that. I also feel like this could possibly be because of the fact that there's a lot of unexpressed emotion over here, because we have the Hermit that is next. And so there is a ton of just unexpressed emotion. So the way that they see you, I feel like they see you as somebody that's a bit closed off, that hasn't expressed a lot of emotion, that hasn't expressed how they feel. And so they see you as somebody that's very mysterious. They see you as somebody who they can't quite pin down, and they don't know what you're about, and they don't understand how you feel, I think because you haven't expressed it to them, at least not to its fullest extent. And so I feel like they are confused about you in general, because they see you, of course, as the Hermit, which is very mysterious, and there's not a lot of information that's known here. So that is how they currently see you. And the Queen of Wands being reversed is, I don't feel like they see enough of your passion. I don't feel like they know you deep enough, or they just feel like you're concealing a lot and that you hide a lot. Because when the Queen of Wands is upright, she's very expressive. She's one of the most expressive cards here in terms of like expressing feelings and stuff. The Queen of Cups is also pretty expressive, but I'd say the wands are the most like in your face type of expressive, and they don't see that from you. Therefore, I feel like there's this misunderstanding, or they just don't understand it at all. And Temperance is definitely like an imbalance here of maybe one person doesn't notice the other enough, that kind of stuff. Not trying to hurt you guys in any way, but this is just what the cards are showing and saying for this particular pile. The King of Cups being reversed over here is there's not enough reciprocated emotion. There isn't the same emotion that might be felt or had, or just not enough reciprocated emotion. So they might feel like you're very quiet or very shy, and so they might not think too much about you, or they might be overly thinking about you because of the fact that you're really quiet and they just don't understand you. And I feel like it might be a little bit frustrating to them in a certain way, or that they just, I feel like it can go in two different ways. Again, it's a general reading. They're either frustrated that you're not showing enough emotion, or they have a lack of interest because they don't really notice you because you haven't really stepped forward in any way yet. So those are the two different ways that I'm seeing this reading. Let's add on some more cards to find out some more information here. So the next card that we have is Calling in Your Soulmate, and then we have Pay Attention to the Red Flags. It's a pretty hefty card coming up. And then we have Let Your Friends Help You. Very interesting. Okay. So I'm picking up that most of you who chose this pile, I feel like you guys are pretty nervous thinking about talking to this person, and I feel like you guys possibly just don't even talk to them because they make you very nervous. And so the card coming up here of Let Your Friends Help You, I feel like if you guys are wanting to express your emotions to this person, let your friends help you with this. And there's no need to be like embarrassed about emotion. Everyone likes other people, and sometimes it's not reciprocated and sometimes it is. And the only way to find out is to express. Although I do want to say, pay attention to the red flags. I feel like there's already been some signs of how this person feels. And so maybe ask your friends for how they think this person might feel about you, or their advice, or what they might suggest doing in this situation. But I do feel like there's not enough reciprocated emotion for the particular person that you're asking about if you were drawn to this particular pile. And I feel like this might not be the person for you, for most of you guys who chose this, and it's time to probably call in your actual soulmate if you guys are really desiring to have love in your life and stuff like that. But definitely let your friends help you in this situation. I feel like they'll have really good advice, and that's why we have this card coming up. Also, I feel like this particular person looks at you in the way, when we have these cards, I feel like this person particularly that you're inquiring about wants to find their soulmate. They're currently on the lookout to find their person. They're interested in finding love. Pay attention to the red flags. I feel like they're very cautious with their love life because they're really wanting to find the perfect one. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So that's how they feel. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I missed in these cards. Right, but I do feel like, okay, so I'm gonna repeat this one part one more time, is I do feel like there's been already signs about if this relationship will work out or not. So again, let your friends help you in getting their opinion upon this and stuff like that. Friends that you trust to give their honest opinion. The next two cards that we have over here is Illusion and Liberation. All right, so I do feel like when we have this Illusion card that you guys might be kind of stuck on this person. You guys might really be attracted to them, but I feel like somehow there's this imbalance here with the certain person that you're inquiring about, and that needs to be sorted out. And I feel like you guys need to be liberated from that imbalance. So this is about really coming out, not holding back your feelings anymore in order to release yourself and liberate yourself from your feelings. I feel like possibly you guys are very attracted to this person, but they might not be giving you a lot in return. And I feel like in order to sort this out, you might need to just express yourself and then be liberated from that. And if they are interested, great. If they're not, then just let it be. And I feel like that's kind of the liberation here. Yeah, definitely picking up these kinds of things from this reading. So unfortunately, I'm sorry guys, it doesn't feel like there is a balanced, equal attraction here. Let's add on the last couple cards to find out the last little bit of information here. So we have the card of Mending, and then we have the card To the Sea. So I feel this particular situation is more of a learning lesson for you guys. When we have Mending over here, I don't feel like this person dislikes you. I want to say that. I don't feel like this person dislikes you, but I don't feel like they are desiring like a loving romantic relationship with you. I do feel like they don't mind being your friend. I feel like they would love to have you as a friend. In fact, when we have Mending over here, I think they see you as more of a friend, and they enjoy you as a person. They do have respect for you. But again, we see one person is higher and lower. So I feel like it doesn't mean, I do want to mention, it doesn't mean that anyone is higher or lower on the scale. This just represents that you guys aren't meeting eye to eye with what you desire in this particular situation. That's all that it means. It does not mean that one of you is actually higher or better than the other at all. In fact, that doesn't exist at all. Everyone is equal, so equal. But I feel like you guys just don't want the same things when we have this kind of teeter-totter effect in the cards. So definitely keep that in mind, but they do respect you. I feel like they do actually like you, but more in a friend type of way. And then when we have To the Sea, this is like, they almost see you as like, oh, please, like, search somewhere else. I want you to find your soulmate. I want you to find happiness, but it just might not be with them. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading all about how they feel about you. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, so pile number 4, this is what we have for you guys. So we start off with the King of Wands upright, then we have the 5 of Pentacles being reversed, then we have the Moon upright, and then we have the Magician upright. So 2 major arcanas to finish off the tarot portion of this reading. Love that. Very major stuff happening. But the King of Wands, guys, there's major attraction here. This is like, they get your heart fluttering. I feel like this person definitely has an attraction to you. You definitely pique their interests for sure. Pretty deeply, actually, when we have the King of Wands. Because, for example, when we have something like the Page of Wands, it's a very, like, beginning sort of attraction. There's an interest, and we move up to the Knight of Wands, and there's definitely like a more immature, I'd say it's more of a sexual rather than like deep feelings type of thing. And then you move on to the Queen of Wands, and it's very like more sensual. The King of Wands, it's like you're encompassing all of the emotions. Like it's very like, you get me, I want you, and there's a total attraction, and it's almost like they see you in a way where they look at you and they almost think like, wow, I think they could fill all of my desires and my passion. So I feel like they look at you in that sort of way. When we have the Five of Pentacles being reversed, this can either indicate that they look at you as someone that they want to repair things with. So this could be that this person that you're inquiring about, you might have had a history with. So definitely keep that in mind. It doesn't always mean that though. So another option of the Five of Pentacles over here is just that I feel like they see you as somebody who kind of almost fixes and repairs all of their personal broken pieces, but somehow it's like repairing broken pieces. So this could either be that you've already had a history with them, or it could just mean that they look at you in a way where you fill the spaces that they feel are missing. I do want to mention that relationships can never technically fill missing spaces, and it's always up to the individual to fill those. But this person definitely sees you in a way where I feel like you almost feel like they're missing piece, that they feel there's an area of them that they feel incomplete in, and when they look at you or when they think about you, you make them feel whole. So they definitely have strong attraction, and I feel like you are almost like a missing piece to them that offers something that they've never been able to really attain before, prior. Then we have the Moon over here. I feel like there's a lot of unexpressed emotions when we have the Moon. There is a lot that they want to say to you, but they don't feel like they can, or they don't know how, or maybe they don't know how you feel back. And so I feel like there's a lot of unexpressed emotion here for sure when we have the Moon. If you guys already know them very deeply, I don't think you know them very deeply. I feel like you know them very deeply. I don't want to discount that. But when it comes to their emotions and their feelings about you and their deepest attractions to you, I feel like that part is entirely unexpressed. So definitely keep that in mind. So when we have the Moon, I do also feel like you guys feel like this interesting connection. So the Moon can also indicate that there is this like spiritual connection between you two, and I feel like they see you in a way where they feel very spiritually connected. I feel like there's certain synchronicities that probably happen. The Moon is, usually when we have like interesting deja vu with them, or we have dreams, they appear in our dreams. The Moon can also indicate that you're having dreams of this person and they're having dreams of you as well. And when we have the Magician next, again, I feel like this is somehow like they feel like you complete, or you have like all the pieces of what they're looking for. When I see the Magician always indicates that you have all the tools in front of you. And so the way that they would feel about you then is that you have all of the qualities that they desire in a person, which is kind of what I was talking about like you fill these missing voids that nobody else has been able to fill before. A lot of unexpressed emotion, and they look at you in a way where it's like, wow, they have everything that I've always desired in somebody. And so they definitely look at you very highly, all those types of things. And let's add on 3 more cards to find out a little bit more information now. So we have Forgiving and Learning. So that's very interesting. And then we have Passion, of course. What's the King of Wands without the Passion card coming up, right, guys? So those cards go hand in hand. And then It is Safe for You to Love. Interesting. So if you guys chose this pile, I'm very curious, because we have It is Safe for You to Love and Forgiving and Learning. So again, there could be a past thing happening here. something from the past is coming up when you guys either think about this person, or maybe you actually had a history with them, or there might be something in your past that makes you feel like you can't love this person, because this can also indicate that maybe you have recently got out of something and you're really worried about maybe your ex's opinion on moving on with your life with this new interest of yours. And I think that's why we have forgiving and learning, and it is safe for you to love, things like that, and then passion over here. So this can also indicate that we're interested in an ex and we want to make things work out with our ex, or it can indicate that we are scared to move on because we're scared of hurting somebody else's feelings. Two different options for you guys. You can find out which one obviously applies to you in your own situation. But forgiving and learning over here, it's time to forgive and learn from the past in whatever situation that applies to you in. Passion over here, again, I feel like there's a mutual attraction between you two. I feel like this person is very attracted to you. Having the Passion card and having the King of Wands over here, there's definitely, sparks are flying. And then over here, when we have it is safe for you to love, as I was saying, I feel like the cards are also kind of indicating a message here, like it is safe for you to love again. It is safe, but it's going to require forgiving and learning. It's going to require patience. It's going to require time, but the passion is definitely here in case you guys are wondering about that. The next two cards that we have is Shakti of transformation, and then Lakshmi of fortune. So transformation and fortune, these are really good cards to come up. So for one, having transformation, I feel like this person looks at you in a way where they're really excited about who they would be when they're with you. So transformation, I feel like they feel like you offer something that really excites them, that is transformative to them. I feel like you offer a new perspective for them that they've never really experienced before, and they're really excited for that. They're really excited in the way that you would possibly transform them, that kind of jazz. And then over here with fortune, this is like, there's almost a feeling like you two were maybe meant to be, or again, there's that soul connection, because it's almost like, fortune, it's in the cards, guys, it's in the fortunes. Y'all should be together. Y'all should be doing these things. So that's definitely a synchronicity over there, if you ask me. So also, it's very interesting. I believe we have a 27 here and we have a 45 over here. Both of these equal a 9. This means moving on from the past and rebirthing and renewing. So this is letting go of the past and being able to move into a new future, which is the fortune over here. So interesting stuff. Completing old phases is what a number 9 indicates. And so this is completing the past, letting go of the past, and being able to rebirth and have a renewal in some sort of way over here. And the last two cards that we have to end on for you guys who chose this pile is Serendipity and Loyal Heart. So with these two cards to end up on Serendipity, I do feel like, again, kind of like what I was saying with the moon, it's very interesting that this card comes up. I feel like you guys might have some deja vu, or it just feels like certain events keep happening for you two to like come together. And we have the 4-leaf clover, so it's almost like these events keep lining up out of like pure luck or pure chance or pure coincidence. I feel like there's a lot of coincidences between you two, and there's a lot of interesting connection. And I feel like it was like almost part of the fortune that this kind of happens. Loyal Heart over here, I do feel like this person sees you as somebody they would want to spend a long time with. I don't see them looking at you in just like a one-night stand type of way. They look at you in a way where they're like, okay, I could possibly see a future with you. And I think they're, oh, why do I always have this alarm go off? I swear this goes off in almost every reading so far. I don't know why I keep having that. But anyway, I just need to turn that off. It's like, I set an alarm on my phone that was like going off daily at a certain time, but I don't need that going off anymore. So I just need to remember to turn that off eventually. Anyway, we have the moon over here, which is kind of like what I was saying. There's this interesting soul connection between you two where you feel very connected in your souls. And it also creates a lot of deja vu, a lot of synchronistic, mystical, magical experiences, especially since we also do have the Magician. I feel like I've not touched on this card enough. So the fact that we even have the Magician over here, very interesting, very fortune-esque. I feel like it's almost like, it feels like magic is happening in the universe to have you two kind of like align together, stuff like that. Noticing a big, strong connection. So for those of you that chose this pile, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. Sounds really good to me. I really like where this is going. Oh, very interesting. We also have another 9 over here with the 8 and 1. So more 9s. Again, huge transformation, hugely needing to let go of the past in order to move on and create something new. And yeah, very powerful. And then we have 3 and 5. Interesting. And then we have an 8. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential here, but 8s are kind of ruled by Saturn and stuff like that. And so this is like needing to take a chance. 8s rule taking a chance, gambling, testing your luck. Also, we have luck over here with the 4-leaf clover, very interesting. And there's also a Saturn sort of influence in the number 8 where it's like, I feel like you two are both like high achievers, high expectations, stuff like that. So that's just kind of what I see there with the number 8s and the 9s that are happening all over the place with this reading. So that is what I see for you guys, pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.